So we are at my in-laws and we have to get a little bit of work done today. Just around the little farm area. Now, when I say farm, it's not a working farm. I hope that for those of you who have been following me for a little bit know that. We do have chickens, but that's it. And a little bitty garden. But we are going to be doing a little bit of work, getting the patio cleaned up. And we figured we would bring you guys along as we share this, and then also a little garden area where we have been working on making it look really pretty and lovely. That is the hope and plan, right? Yep. Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, so this little area that's up here is the pottery house. Cottage? What do you want to call this? What do you call it? We call it pottery. But this is also where they have this really sweet patio that they had done. The only problem is that it tends to get lots of leaves, lots of bugs. You could see there's also the hot tub, and with hot tub season coming up, I mean, we got to make this place look nice because we're over here a lot. Anyways, so they have some really great furniture here, but they always have covers on them. So you can see the covers that are down here on the floor. And the problem is as much as we love to come up here, it is a pain in the butt to take those covers off. So we end up just sitting on top of the covers because we're so lazy about it. So we bought for my in-laws this, what is this called? Like
it's called a deck box.
A deck box? Oh, it says it right on the box itself. So we bought this deck box in order to be able to store cushions. So that way when we come up, we can just take the cushions out and be able to sit down on the chairs. So I want to get this area really cleaned up. Ideally, I would like to sweep everything and then also scrub the floors. I'm looking at Trent and he's like, oh dear Lord, we're gonna be here forever. So that is the goal here, making it just look really nice and clean. All right, so here's an update. We have moved all of the furniture and placed it over here on the grass to make it a little bit easier for us to be able to clean it up. So we're trying to figure out where we want to put the deck box as far as like a good location for them to be able to use it. So here are the two options. You said move this to the other side, yep, and then put the deck box here, or we move it that way more, yep, and put the deck box on the other side. So ideally, what would be, I'm asking you guys like you can tell me the answer, but by the time you are seeing this, we already have it done. I feel like we have to think about the arrangement of where the chairs are.
And those are the only two options because of snow. We can't have it exposed on either of these sides.
Yeah, that's true. I almost want to say, because there was a chair right there. Yeah. I almost want to say we put it on that side. That's what I'm thinking.
We're going to end up testing both sides.
I think we're going to end up testing. So we'll show you what that looks like. But so far, what I've started doing is just sweeping. Ideally, I would like to try to wash everything off just because, again, it's summertime. There are bugs. You know, it's what happens. So I think I'm going to sweep off as much as I can, get it rinsed up while the husband is putting that together. And then we're going to try out and see what the best location for that is going to be. So we've taken off all the cushions and done our very best to try to get off all of the cobwebs. That has not been successful 100%. However, we can take these covers off and wash them, but that's going to have to be for another day. So all of the chairs have covers off. We have rinsed everything, and we decided to place it right here next to the door. So we switched kind of the layout just because when the hot tub is in session, we have to be able to, what did you say? Flip the lid up?
Yeah, the lid has to go down.
So it has to go to the back. And this is the only location that made sense. So we're gonna rinse off all of the chairs to make sure there's no cobwebs on it before we start putting things back. No? Lift it up? Okay, so we're trying to figure out the best way to make sure we can get all of these in here. Maybe, I don't know, like maybe these colorful pillows can go inside in the pottery house. You think that would be a ridiculous idea? Maybe it's ridiculous. I mean, we could just put a lock on it. Okay. So the other plan would be to try to put them this way to see if we can have more, because they're tall right now, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe we should flip them around and see what happens. All right, so it kind of worked. You want to open it? Show them the inside. So now it's easier to be able to take things out to hopefully sit on them. But it looks good. I like it. This is really nice. And it closed. All right, it is all starting to come together. I've rinsed off all of the chairs the best that I possibly could, but spider webs are a pain in the butt. But it is looking much, much better. So now, here's kind of what it looks like put together. It's looking so good. I feel like there needs to be a couple of plants, like this one, but inside of here. Like it would be nice to have a plant right here. But it looks great. I am a dirty, dirty mess at this point. But the patio is looking really, really nice. I'm glad that we were able to get it cleaned up because it just needed some tender love and care, you know what I mean? So I'm heading over because one of the things that I wanted to show you is a project that we were working on for my mother-in-law. We told her that for Mother's Day, we really wanted to get her a really nice garden. And by really nice garden, I mean get her garden that had rocks down so that she wasn't walking on grass or weeds and dealing with the chaos. So we need to pay some love and attention. There's Trent. But pay some love and attention to this garden area because there's a lot of vegetables that need to get picked. So let me show you what it looks like. So here's the garden. We got some tomatoes that are falling on the ground. We're gonna have to get some of this cleaned up. But you can see things are kind of overgrown at the moment because we gotta trim things off. But these are her garden beds. They look so great. Holy tomatoes, we've got a lot of them. And she's got these herbs that need to get picked as well. So I might spend some time right after we eat dinner kind of giving some love and attention. So one of the things that we have to do is, because we let this grow up a little bit too long, is we need to cut this back. So we do have some spots here where you can see that we have kind of a stopping point where the rocks go, but all these are weeds that we have to get cut back, and we're going to cut by scissors this go around because they just got a little bit crazy. We just had too much rain and things got wild. But I really love the color of the rocks, and it's so much easier to walk on. So much easier to walk on. So that's her beautiful little garden area. We just got to get it trimmed up. We're going to be expanding on this side as well, which we have some of these to help kind of keep the rocks in place. So we're going to figure out how many we can put over here on this side and finish off with the rocks so that it looks really nice and she can have a beautiful garden all year round. So I'm going to head in. I'm a bit sweaty. But I'm going to head in and eat dinner. So we ended up getting pizza and a salad from a little local place here because the boys were hungry. So heading in, gonna eat, and then hopefully come back out and get a little bit more work done before we head home. So the only things, just finished dinner by the way, but the only things that we have to finish up here is just picking up the box and moving these chairs that go to the table to the other side of the hot tub because we are not going to leave those out. The cushions are still on those. They don't fit into the box, unfortunately. But I think that's okay. I think that's okay. We don't use that part very often because we don't normally eat out there, or when we do, we just sit on the chairs. But I'm gonna go, I found some scissors. I'm gonna see what I can do about some of the garden. I'm not gonna be able to get a ton done because it is getting late and the sun is gonna be setting pretty soon. So I'm gonna focus on just getting a little bit done. I might take some stuff to make some salsa home because I think we have the tomatoes. I wanna see if she has some jalapenos. I think all the jalapenos got picked. Some of these are little babies. Oh, there's a few in there. So I might be able to pick some of those. But I'm gonna try to get something done with all these weeds that are coming off to the side. That's the goal right now. Okay. So that is what it's supposed to look like. And for those of you who are like, why are you just not weed whipping it? It was because it was too long. And we didn't want to mess certain pieces up. And honestly, we should be able to just take the tractor pretty close to it, but because it was just really long, we weren't able to see it. So cutting it has not been hard. I'm gonna try to get some stuff done and then pull some vegetables at the end. I love the smell. Oh my gosh, that rosemary is so good.
This is all weeds.
It's just all that. Oh, it died. We're done.
I just started recording.
All right. It is looking so much better. We were able to do some weeding through here to get out all of the weeds. I did cut around the edges a little bit more, so it's looking a little bit better. We got to throw out all those piles over there. The boys are currently riding the buggy up in the field, which is over here. But I think we're gonna kind of wrap it up. I did pick a few tomatoes, well actually two, and 2 jalapenos. So here's what they look like. There's our little tomatoes and jalapenos. So cute. I'll be able to make a decent salsa from it. I am a little bit particular about this rock because we just did it not that long ago. That I told Trent, I was like, I feel like we need to get the blower up here and we need to blow a lot of the grass and the things that we're picking off because I want it to look so nice and fresh and clean. So we did that and it's looking really good. There's the boys. I don't know what they're doing. There is always so much work that can be done on the farm. I feel like one day it would be really cool to sit you all down and talk to you a little bit about the history of this place because it is old, like old. And it has a really, really cool history to it. But for today, I'm exhausted. Going to wrap up here in the garden and then take a shower and just lay down and watch some TV. That is what I'm looking forward to. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little video of just what my family does like on a day. Like it's us just trying to help out my in-laws with keeping this place as spick and span as possible because during the summer it tends to get a little wild, especially if we don't keep up on mowing and weed whipping and just all of the different things that are on this property. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe if you have not already, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I upload a brand new video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye. So I had to come and show you guys because if you know about my tree that is next to my house, we found a little seedling that was growing in the backyard. So we pulled it out and we brought it over to my in-laws and look at it. It's over here in the very front where there's this creek But this little guy is growing. Look how good it's doing. Oh my goodness gracious. So the hope is that we have one of those gorgeous trees that's next to my house right here in the front by the creek where we enter in. I love this guy so much. Look at that. It is doing so well. Look at all that new growth. Oh, fantastic. That is so cool. So this is what the tree next to my house looks like. But I think the most magical part of this tree is when you get underneath it. So if I walk underneath this tree, oh, I love it so much. But look how it just kind of opens up. It is the coolest thing ever. So we were really, really excited when we found that little baby tree growing in our backyard. And we're excited to see that it's growing over there at my in-laws. It's just so pretty. I think this was our selling point for this house, was this tree right here. We love it so much.